Warning! Warning! This podcast is not for the easily offended. We are two guys that think everything and anything can or is a joke.
There is no limits to what our minds may come up with. But understand, these thoughts are all in the nature of comedy, and nothing said here should be taken as gospel. Neither of us are Jesus.
Our testosterone is just too damn high, man.
Fuck yeah, brother!
Anyway, welcome to the show. Prepare to witness a hurricane of humor and thunderous thoughts as we take conversations on a whirlwind to the limits. Hell yeah, brother.
I don't care about humor. Sam, without humor, there's only Hitler.
Do you think that Tarzan was a virgin whenever he met Jane, or was he clapping monkey ass before that?
AIDS. My last name may be Todd, but I'm no retard.
Whoa.
You look like a guy that only watches Simpsons porn. You're a fucking homosexual.
You're the homie Sean Connery, dude. He didn't do nothing wrong.
From his grave. Give me a Ouija board. Let's talk about bitches, Sean. Hanging out with me is like a ride on the Titanic. You didn't expect it, but you're getting wet. If I'm in Bangkok and get fooled, but I don't hate it, am I bisexual?
What if I texted you something like, Daddy, I'll throw it back on you?
If you ever text me the words daddy, I will block you. Of course the conspiracies about the Jews are real, because their holy land is called
Israel.
and treated like a Twizzler and twist her up and naked twister.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna go to clapcleats.com. Promo code Hurricane of Thoughts. That's Thoughts, THOTS.
What's going on, Hurricane homies? It's your boy, the Juggernaut Jester Josh, back for another tubular motherfucking Tuesday. Yeah, boy. Good day, Jim. How the fuck's it going, bruv? Yeah, good day, Jeremiah. Good day, gang. Out here getting busy with the businesses. Is the audio good? Let's just make sure real quick. Alright, let's fucking go. Alright, well, we are here today to talk about awesome things, dude. So, obviously, we can talk about the serious things, you know, like the Middle East, or, you know, politics, or China, or Donald Trump. We can talk about any of that stuff, or we could talk about random fun things, like Omegle, or Mongolians, or a racist Swiss village. We've got options. How about you, dog? Oh, yeah, talking to Jeremiah. Got that, okay. We've got, a sexy gospel singer that I thought was a dude until I looked up pictures. And then she was hot. Okay, we got options on what we can talk about today. They did a study. If the Hunger Games were to happen and the states were to be the districts, if 50 states were to be the 50 districts, what states would be the best in the Hunger Games? There's a new Pokemon fan theory. MGK is making an outlandish statement that all video game people want to kill him for. Florida is coming out with an awesome event, and a lion escaped. So we are in for a hell of an episode today, my friends. So where do we want to get started? Let's pull up same, but those are some interesting topics. Also, rewatching them currently. Rewatching what currently? Hunger Games? Oh yeah, they just came out with a new movie. That's why they did this. That's why they did this. This here experimental study thing, where basically, I mean, let's just get right into it then, okay? So this internet company interviewed a bunch of people from different states. I believe it was anywhere from 500 to 1,000 people from every state. And then what they did was they asked you to rate your state or like your area on these 4 categories, 1 through 10, including decimal points. Okay, so like physical shape, outdoor or survival skills, strategic and emotional relationships, or basically friendliness or whatever, like Big Brother type shit. And then I can't remember the other one, but basically they interviewed all these people, and you had to put down your state, like what you thought your state was going to be good at, and what you're give your state a number. And then they added it all up and then gave a list. So what do you guys think the top 3 states? So basically this is like an ego competition. Which states do you think they would do the best? It's pretty obvious that Texas is going to be on the list. It's 100% obvious. You know, we're just some good old boys, man. We got survival skills. We're farmers. We live on ranches. We eat Hidden Valley Ranch. We live on ranches. You know what I'm saying? I'm here ready for some comedy. Fuck yeah, dude. Texas, Washington, and Nevada. Let's go, dude. Welcome, Heartless. Right now we're talking about if each state was a member, was considered a district in the Hunger Games world. But no, Texas, then Florida. You think Florida? Nah, bro. Because I mean, yeah, Florida would probably vote themselves. But, you know, it depends on who you ask in Florida. If you ask, like, a bunch of chicks in Florida, you know, these BBL little booty bitches. You know what I mean? These fucking Cuban hoes from Miami, bro. Don't get me wrong. I want to move there. But they're not going to survive in the Hunger Games unless they plan on seducing every other dude in the games. I mean, unless you plan on making every other girl jealous. I mean, bitches from Nevada got no hope against a Miami bitch? Come on, dog, quit playing. Oh, please do Maryland. That's where I grew up. Audie. Earn. I mean, dude, speech, like 0. Like, you have to give your fucking people a score from, like, on what they would do, like strategy, charisma, things like that. I mean, if speech was one of them, you know, Maryland, that's where my dad's from, dude. Come on, bro, that shit's... There's that viral video, earn. Aaron earned and iron earn. Earn. You know what I mean? And then you got fucking, how depressing is this? Your state is known for a depressing guy killing himself. Edgar Allan Poe. Let's go, chat. That's already real. It starts the week before Thanksgiving. What? What's already real? The Hunger Games? You fucking high, bro? Hunger Games is not real, dude. Dude, but anyway, back to Maryland, dude. You guys named your football team. Okay, first of all, you... dude... There's a school from my dad's neighborhood, okay, that hasn't had any student pass the 8th grade in like 4 years. That's awesome. That's awesome. That just lets me know that those teachers really are like you think, like, life is not the movies. There's no lean on me situation going here. Like, what's that movie where the fucking lady goes to the inner city and she starts like fucking cheering on all the black kids? And then like she gets rough with that fat girl. Like she's like, you can't be fat and bitchy. You know, fat people are jolly because jolly is attractive and fat is ugly. Okay, you can't be fat and a bitch. Said that right to a little high school bitch's face. I was born in Maryland. You were not born in Maryland, were you, for real? That's crazy. My dad was from Maryland. You were born in Maryland? Hell yeah, dude. Dude, you're my Edgar Allan bro, dude. What's up, dude? Come on, man. Spit me a poem right now, bro. Frederick? Like Fredericksburg? Is it called Fredericksburg? That's where my dad lived. No, I don't know where my dad lived. Towson? Dude, even the names are dumb. Tosin. We're gonna go get you teach Tosin, bro. Dude, I'm just letting you know, bro. Lamar Jackson is not, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not going to win you a Super Bowl. Now, he might not lose you the Super Bowl, but your defense is going to have to win, bro. Because at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson's stats down in the fourth quarter with the game on the line, pedestrian as hell. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Lamar Jackson is what we like to call a highlight reel, but not a game finisher. He's not a bad player. Roses are red, violets are blue. The missiles are hot, and Hamas hates Jews. There, I'll fix it for you, bud. I got you. Dude, it's true. Hamas does hate Jews. And that's why I am a true believer that the Jews should just go over there and turn Hamas into sand hummus, right? Go to Walmart, buy all the missiles you need, okay? You can take your shopping cart of missiles and make sure you stop at all these casualties, you know, because the enemy's been shopping at the Target. And you need to make sure you hit that shit because they got good deals, okay? Good deals on the Holy Land. And you want to make sure you buy up as much territory as possible because when your Lord comes back, your prophet shows up and you got to build some little fucking weird temple or whatever. You know what I mean? You can get all the supplies from Walmart. It's what it is, dude. Checking in, Duck. Oh, what the duck, Denim? Dude, I heard you guys having crazy protests over there about in the UKZs. Heard you having crazy protests over there, my boy. Oof, I'm looking at my Lamar jersey right now. Listen. I'll get to the protest thing in a second. I'll get to the Lamar Jackson thing here in a second. I'm gonna get back to the Middle East thing real quick. Hey, isn't it like all I'm saying is like I'm not a big Jew defender, but it is weird that that certain Muslims, okay, we used to call them muzzies, okay, here on the podcast we call them muzzies, okay, and if the Jews get their way, they'd be called wuzzies because they're no longer there, right? Okay. But it is very strange about the Middle East. Wait, where was I going with this? There was the wuzzies, the fuzzies, the muzzies, and the wuzzies. Yep. Okay, let's see. Hold on. All I'm saying is it's not the fourth quarter of the war, so you could send Lamar Jackson to the Middle East, right? You know, he could run through the desert. He could be like a pigeon, like a carrier pigeon or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really need him to win a Super Bowl. Your defense is pretty fucking good, dude. You know what I mean? His legs look like toothpicks. You know what I mean? It looks like when his mom was pregnant with him, somebody hit her in the stomach with a frying pan and just flattened the shit out of his nose. That's wild as fuck, too. You know what I mean? That one reporter guy said Lamar Jackson had an unfair advantage because when he holds the ball, he's so black you can't tell if he has the ball or not, dude. That's crazy too, you know what I mean? Like, you know, there's just a lot of things going on. Just kidding, dude. He is an MVP. It's better than anybody on my fucking team got, you know what I mean? But, hey, win a Super Bowl, dude. I'm gonna eat some dinner. All right. The protests, Jim, I believe I don't know if they were pro-Israel or pro-Palestine. Flying a flag is political? Both? Yeah, okay, so they had both. Yeah. So like it's an interesting thing. Yo, what is up with the UK that they're just jumping in on all these protests? They jumped in on the George Floyd protest, they jumped in on this protest, they jumped in on the Ukraine protest. Y'all just be protesting, huh? You guys just wake up in the morning and you're like, fuck, man, every history book calls us an asshole. We better be on the right side of shit this time. And then everybody just picks a side and then you go into the streets and you're like, news cameras, look at us, we're doing our part. And then you hope that nobody like fucking attacks you guys. Probably a bit of both. What flag are you flying, dude? What flag you be flying, bro? Okay, Jim, I did not find anything. I think I messed up the name. Was it Al Jafar, dude? Posture check? Fuck. Alright, but posture check. Was it Al Jafar, man? Al Jafar? Oh, Al Jazeer? Al Jamonkey? Aljamain Sterling? UFC? Yes, sir. Al Jafat. Oh, dude, I was one letter off, dude. Damn it, bro. I put a R instead of a T. But either way, it didn't come up with anything, bro. But also, strangely enough, AI is really, really sensitive about Jew stuff. What? It's really sensitive about Jew stuff. So I asked it a couple questions about Hamas. And I had no problems being like, Hamas is bad. Hamas is this. Hamas is that. Hamas, does this. Hamas does that. They care about this. From the river to the sea, it'll be full of blood and pee or whatever the fuck their thing is. You know what I mean? But the moment I talk about the moment I ask anything about the Jews, it's like, I can't talk about that. Jews have been hurt throughout history. And like anytime it would give me a fact, it would then give me 3 paragraphs about like why it was important to understand the context of it. Okay, but then I was like, all right, well let me find out how crazy the AI is like dedicated to the JOOs, right? So I type in, what are 20 culturally distinct customs or fun fun things distinct to the Palestinians? And then it just came up with a bunch of generic shit. It was like hospitality, religion, and then like super vague stuff. Didn't even give me 20 of them. I just copied and pasted the same question, but instead of Palestinians, I wrote Israelis. It gave me 20 of the most descriptive things. It was like, oh, the halal carts, the markets, the bargaining, the fucking, there was this one thing, what was it? I can't remember the name, but it's this day where the streets are empty and everybody just chills in their house and it's a day of thing. Nobody goes outside. Oh, there's elevators that stop at every floor because you're not allowed to fucking ask, you're not allowed to touch things when you're a Jew or whatever. I don't know what any of that's about, but like maybe they're germaphobes, Jewophobes. I don't know. But they're not allowed to touch things on the Sabbath or, I don't know, Black Sabbath. It's weird stuff, man. Autocorrect the ha to hee hee. My phone doesn't even want to type Jew. Just spell J-O-O. J-O-O. That's how you have to get away with it. That's how we beat the algorithm, chat. Keyboard makes it easy to type Jew. Autocorrect to ha ha hee hee hoo hoo. Jew phone. Speaking, was Mac Miller a Jew? I don't know, was he? I never heard of that. Mac Miller was raised Jewish, had a bar mitzvah, and observed the Jewish high holy days. Let's go, dude. Mac Miller was a Jew, bro. That's crazy. That's wild as hell, brother. He said it in one of his songs. I mean, dude, it's crazy that like the wild thing is like, dude, like, can we talk about stats? Or can stats not be fucked up? Can we just talk about them? Are we allowed? Am I allowed to point out things? I notice patterns. I'm a patterns guy. Okay? So apparently patterns are bad. Don't notice things. Hey, don't notice things unless we tell you to notice them, or bad boy. But I'm just saying, for a group whose whole claim is they're less than 5% of the American population, it turns out everybody we've ever heard of might be Jewish. Mac Miller's Jewish, Jonah Hill's Jewish, Adam Sandler's Jewish, everybody you know in the industry is Jewish, 41% of elected politicians are Jewish. How the fuck is less than 5% more known than everybody else? Now, I'm not saying they did anything bad. I'm not saying they fucking decapitated a bunch of babies to get there or whatever, But, I'm not trying to start no misinformation. But, can we not notice that? It's weird, right? It's weird. Weird. Is it their culture? Are they just better than us? Are they superior? Are genetics... okay, big question. Time out. Let's get into something crazy. Are Jews, JOs, naturally smarter than everybody else? And if that's true, okay, well then you're opening a big bag of worms for real racists. Okay? That'd be real bad. If real racists had mainstream people being like, certain cultures and certain peoples do be having advantages and be smarter and better and blah, 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 then you got racists that'll be like, there it is. I'll tell you right now, dude. I named my whole life. I tell you what, dude. I named my whole life that the blacks, they more violent. They don't like us no more. They don't have no respect. Okay? They're just evil. They're evil people. Not all of them. But like pit bulls. Blacks are like pit bulls. Not all pit bulls are bad. But pit bulls more than other bulls, other dogs, are bad. That's blacks. Can't open that can of worms. Okay? So is it cultural? Are the Jews more successful because of their culture? Now, there's a good argument to be had here. They only hang out with successful people, and any person, successful, Jew or otherwise, will say, if you want to be successful, you got to hang out with other successful people. So what is it? Is it world domination? Is it prophecy? Is it culture? Is it just plain old racism? I don't know the answer. All I know is the pattern stands. And my mama, dude. Government had to reshuffle and some lost cabinet roles. Oh shit, your government had to reshuffle? Damn, bro, the protests got that wild? Bro, dude, if there's like a really good link or something from like a news station, put it in the chat and I'll read it. Like right now, live, dude. Because there's got to be like something that'll give me a good overview on what happened, dude. Oh, dude, that's fire, dude. Dude, I wish that happened in America, dude. See, when we did some shit like that, January 6th, you know, the fucking greatest day in American history or whatever, okay? When we did some cool shit, okay, all we did was we threw a guy with buffalo horns in jail until the great Tucker Carlson, right? Until he released some footage and lost his job to release old Buffalo Boy. Your country has some protests and people lose their jobs and shit? Well, God damn it, that's awesome. I'll tell you what, dude. If we could perform protests that got shit done in America, bro, that'd be nuts. See, the advantage you have is your country's small. Okay? Don't take offense to that. I'm not calling you. I'm not saying anything about it. You know what I mean? We have a large country. Okay? So if we actually want to make a difference, we got to travel. Okay? But the only people that travel in this country are Trump supporters. And they're labeled bad. Okay? So when they all show up to one place, it's automatically looked at as bad. No good. Okay? Whenever something that gets the good guys to protest, they only want to protest in their city, or like they're not protesting, they're protesting with the government, not against the government. So anytime we protest against our government, okay, it's always seen as, Hey, lock them up. They're trying to start a coup. Your country was like, maybe we're not doing our job and everybody hates us. And then the people, I don't know how it worked, but I'm assuming Home Secretary who looked after Met Police. Metro Police, okay? Alright, my man's got fucking dunked, dude. Dude, like, okay, I have a question, Denim. Is like, are there like attacks? Like, are these peaceful protests? Are things getting destroyed? Like, what kind of protests are going on, bruh? Like, are these like protests like people are like, we're about to fucking overthrow some shit? Or are these just people in the street holding signs being like, we love the Jews or we hate the Jews? Because that's like, it seems to be the only side, right? So, like, it seems like on the news, there's two sides. We love the Jews, we hate the Jews. There's no room in between for any discussion, right? So basically, you have to be on the side of down with Hamas. I'm on the side of down with Hamas. And you take that what you will. Whether that means I'm down with Hamas, as in I'm on Palestinian side, or down with Hamas, as in I'm on Israeli side and we should turn them into sand hummus. I don't know, bruh. All I know is I live in America. I don't live in the Middle East. But somehow, this is all affecting me. Makes no sense. Alright. Home Secretary looked after the Metro Police. Dude, that's crazy. Alright, well, let's move on to some cool stories. Let's see. I want to talk about a new set of games that are happening in America. Now, we all love the Olympic Games, right? We all love the Olympic Games. We love being America because we're the best. We import all the best athletes from in the world, and we say, you perform for us now. And then you look at our team, and it's barely anybody who looks like what you would consider an American winning us gold medals. And we like that. That's our loophole. We're a melting pot. Bang, bang. Go us. We're winners. Okay? But America also has a tendency to love outlandish games. Games that have zero importance except for bragging rights and pure jackassery entertainment. And I, for one, am here for it. Especially this one. The first annual Florida Games will be happening. And events will include such as evading a rest obstacle course. That's right. In the Florida Games, there will be a section of a town that is blocked off. Everybody is willing and participant. You're not allowed to go into people's homes. You're allowed to jump over fences, go through backyards, hide in people's sheds, things of that nature. You are just not allowed to go in people's homes. Okay? And real police, using real police equipment, will be chasing these people through this town. And you have 1 hour to evade the police altogether. Now, this is going to be fun. Because I, in my head, see so many opportunities, just in this one game alone, for absolute tragedy, yet fun. So, let's go tragedy first. In regular situations, cops keep mistaking their taser for guns. Is somebody going to accidentally get shot during this game? I don't know. But it would be hilarious if you open the news the next day, you open your social media app or whatever it is, you open it up, right? And then the next thing you see is it's last night in the first annual Florida Games. Officer Menendez accidentally fired and discharged his weapon at one of the participants. The participant was struck in the shoulder and bled out because Menendez decided he did not want to be charged with an incident. So he ran. Melendez was not found for about 15 to 20 minutes, and he is in critical condition. Now, here's a picture of Melendez. If you see him, please call the Florida police. That would be fucking dope. Okay? You ever have that really sexy friend that makes you wonder if maybe you're a little gay and whom you've also been extremely jealous of their looks? That is Josh for me. That's crazy, dude. You know who that is for me, bro? You know who that is for me? George Washington, dude. George Washington makes me a little bit gay. His freedom makes my dick hard, okay? And George Washington, he knew a lot about freedom. He knew a lot about not freedom also. But if there's one thing he knew, he didn't want to be king. That makes my dick hard. George Washington is a babe? Absolutely, dude. All right, now back to the Florida games. So, there's the tragedy. Officer accidentally shoots somebody, shit gets real intense, right? Or, how about this, right? Dude doesn't read the rules, right? It's Florida, okay? It's called the Florida Man Games. He's going to be on drugs. He's on mushrooms. He's on PCP. He completely loses track of time. The games are over. He's still hiding in the shed. A day goes by. Some little old lady opens her fucking shed. He you know, scares her. She has a heart attack. News the next morning. Vincent Parker, age 28, was playing the Florida Man Games, and he was found in a shed this morning by Gladys Gertrude. And Gladys had a heart attack after the scary sight. Now we're here with Vincent. Vincent, can you tell us what happened? Well, you see what happened. What happened, Chief, was it's Florida Man Games. You don't do those sober, you know what I mean? So I took a bunch of shrooms. I took a bunch of what is that, PCP or whatever, and I just lost track of time. And there I am in that shed, and I think I'm starting to have like full-blown visions. I'm like, I'm in Vietnam. I'm hiding from the Viet Cong. And this fucking old lady, and you know how old ladies look Asian or whatever. She opened the door, and I just went fucking guerrilla warfare. Rah! And I fucking scared her, and Gladys just fell over, and she's just laying there fucking shaking. And I was like, oh no. And I was like, well, the cops are about to be here any second because we're playing the Florida Games. I don't want to get caught. So I just start chucking down the street. Then out of nowhere, some fucking dipshit just tackles me and be like, the Florida Games ended 2 days ago. But anyway, is this over? Can I go home? Dude, imagine the amount of things that could happen at the Florida Games. And this is just the first games that we found. The second games. Category 5 cash grab. What? This one, obviously, everybody knows what this is. And I don't know how this is a Florida Man game, but I feel like there needs to be a rule implemented because it's just too easy. So it's category 5 cash grab. It's that phone booth thing where they put money in it and the money swirls around, okay? But they're putting it on max speed because it's category 5, right? But I feel like there's got to be something like really cool that happens afterwards. Like, hold on one second. I think it should be like, you go in, they turn it on, they put the money in, you get 1 minute, you grab all the money. Then they open the door, and you have to run a football field's length to the finish line. And then whatever money you have at the end of the finish line is what you get to keep. And along the way, there's Florida Man-style obstacles. Let's have a fucking dog. You know what I mean? A fucking dog chases ass. You know what I mean? Let's have some fucking fat dude with an attitude fucking, like, try to get in his way and stop him. You know what I mean? Like something. Like we'll lay down a bunch of bikes and put a tent in the middle of the field so he has to navigate around that while the dog's chasing him or something. But it can't just be, this is the Florida Man Games. Who the fuck came up with, oh, you get free cash, you just stand in a wind tunnel? Hey, dude, little kids do that at carnivals. Make it harder, ass cheese. It's unbelievable. Okay, game number 3. Pool noodle mud duel. So I'm assuming what happens is you get in and you have a pool noodle. You get into a little mud pit, you versus another guy or something. Or maybe it's like the gladiator games, like back in the day, where you would stand on the pedestal. Should I volunteer for the Florida Games? Hell no, dude. Well, I mean, you're going to get crushed in the second 2 games, but you might be able to evade arrest because you're little and fast. I don't know how good your stamina is, though. Okay? The category 5 cash grab, if they don't add my obstacles, that's easy for you. You got little hands. I'm sure you can figure something out. And then, like, obviously in the pool noodle mud duel, you might have a problem if you go up against some fucking dude my size or bigger. You know what I mean? You might have a problem with that. And then the 4th one, beer belly wrestling. There's no mud. Beer belly wrestling. I don't know how the fuck you're gonna deal with that, my boy. I don't know how you're gonna deal with beer belly wrestling. You don't even have a belly, dude. You don't think you can? I don't think you can either, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think the Florida Man games are for you. Guess more beer for me? I don't think you need to, drink more beer and get bigger for the Florida Man games. I think you could just watch them. That'd probably be good too. I feel like that'd be okay. I don't think you need to participate, in all honesty. All right, dude. Let's see. Where do we want to start? Let's go to the gospel singer. Is anybody in the chat like gospel music? I'm not a big gospel music person, okay? But, I saw a headline when I was doing research for today's episode. I saw a headline today that said, but I bought a lot of beer, but it was on sale for $1.15 a beer. What the fuck? I mean, dude, if you want to join the Florida Man games, you go for it, brother. I'll root you on, dude. I'm going to do a podcast down there, and while you're doing it, film you the whole time. Make a montage. But if you actually enter them, I'll work my vacation around coming to watch it. But anyway, back to gospel. So I see this article today that catches my eye, and it said something along the lines of gospel singer almost kicked off Delta flight for refusing to quit singing to passengers. And my first thought was, some drunk dipshit opera singer dude was drunk on the plane being like, oh. Because, like, I'm dumb. I don't know the difference between gospel and whatever the fuck they're talking about. Right? So, I click on the article, and it says, gospel singer Bobby Storm was almost kicked off of her Delta flight. And I said, oh shit. Her Delta flight? Hold on. Bobby Storm? I mean, if you're going to have first name as a girl named Bobby and last name Storm, you gotta be hot, right? You have to be. There's no way you can be ugly, right? So I'm nervous. I'm like, I gotta look this up. I gotta look up Bobby Storm, dude. I gotta look her up. Right? So I'm like, all right, so go to Google Bobby Storm, gospel singer, images. Holy shit. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the Jada Pinkett Smith or short hair look, right? Okay, so even the girls that are very, very beautiful, okay, when they have that really short hair, it doesn't do a lot for me. I don't like it all that much. I mean, hey, do you, but you're not my girlfriend. You know what I mean? And if you were my girlfriend, I probably wouldn't tell you had to grow your hair out. But at the end of the day, short hair is pretty wild. Kind of like Booby? Yeah, dude. Okay, so I look her up, and she is a certified baddie, even with short hair. And all I'm saying is, I wanted to storm her beaches of Normandy. You know what I'm saying? She's pretty fucking hot, dude. All right. So you got that going on, and hold on one second. There we go. She has a nose ring. Okay, so I'm like, oh, she's hot. So I'm going back to the article to see what happens, right? So I go back to the article, and basically what happened is she's singing to the flight, the passengers, okay? And apparently this is something she does often. And the flight attendant comes back and says, we're about to get ready for takeoff. You have to quiet down. You can't sing anymore. And she goes, oh, okay. And as the flight attendant walks away, she turns around and goes, I'm going to sing it anyway. And starts singing to the passengers again, right? So the flight attendant goes, oh, you're disobeying orders, blah, blah, blah. We might have to kick you off the flight if you don't stop singing, the whole thing, right? And this badass, super sexy milk chocolate singing goddess said, I'm just doing what the Lord told me to do. I'm bringing joy to this earth. Quit bringing me down. God damn it, she's hot. She's religious. She can sing. Damn it. So she's nominated for the 2024 Grammy Awards because she's the singer in a group called the Maverick City Music or something like that. MCM. Alright? So just watch out for him, dog, because this bitch just wants to sing, dude. She was like, I was born to sing. God put me here to sing. I sing. Whether I'm on an airplane, she's basically the cat, the green eggs and ham of singing. I sing on a plane. I sing on a train. I sing in a car. I sing at the bar. I sing on stage. I sing with rage. I sing with my soul. I sing after I smoke a bowl. I sing with Jesus. I sing with Jesus. It doesn't matter. She sings. You can't stop a singer from singing. That's just facts, man. She has a nose ring. Jared, do you like the nose rings or no? Are you a fan of nostril piercings, or are you a hater, bro? Yeah, dude. You guys want to hear about some Mongolian shit, dude? Oh, yeah. I'm a big fan. Big fan. I'm a fan of her whole vibe, dude. Like, the fact that, first of all, it's the opposite of the Jada vibe, right? So, she rocks the short hair. She styles it to look like little whirlwinds. You know what I mean? So, even though she's rocking the short hair, she fucking rocks the short hair. She's got the piercings. She's hot as fuck. You know what I mean? What up, Hannah? What's good, yo? Yeah. Dude, you want to talk? Redeemed. Ask a question. Wildest thing a dump truck driver has ever said to you. Now, what do you mean by dump truck driver, dog? Do you mean like somebody who actually picks up trash like a garbage man? Or are you talking about a female with a dump truck that said words to me? Are you talking about a girl who drives her dump truck around everywhere she walks? On the Fred Flintstone mobile? You know what I mean? We talking about the dump truck of the Fred Flintstone mobiles? There's no dump, you dyslexic fuck. I know, I just wanted to talk about dump trucks, dude. My bad, dude. A truck driver has ever said to me, what's the craziest thing a truck driver ever said to me? Oh, okay, here's a good one. Okay, we're about to get real in the weeds. Okay, here we go. We're about to get real in the weeds. Okay, so here we go. So me and my buddy Chad, we worked at this place called Sabaro's in the truck stop, okay? And then there was these dudes in these truck drivers would come in and out all the time. And we became friends with ones that would come in regularly. There was this black truck driver named Fitz. He was the coolest dude ever. Okay? So one day, we gave him money because he would come through every 3 days like clockwork, right? So we gave him money. He was going to give us weed. Okay? So we give him money. And like 3 days go by and we're hitting him up. We're like, yo, Fitz, where you at, bro? No answer. We're like, damn, we just got chipped from a truck driver. Are you serious? Okay? So anyway, later that night, me and Chad, we're toasty, you know, sipping on the sauce. You know what I'm saying? So we're toasty as fuck. And I didn't know Chad was calling. Okay? But he called and he was leaving a message on Fitz's phone. And I said, hey, yo, tell that N-word, where my money at? But I did it with an A, not a hard R, Chad. I was 15. Okay? And I was listening to a Lil Wayne song. I was drunk. It was a habit. Okay, bad habit. Okay, but anyway, so the next day, we're chilling. Fitz walks in. Me and Chad are like, oh shit. Because I left there's a voicemail on his phone where I call him an N-word. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Chad goes, did you listen to that message we left you? And he goes, nah, why? And Chad goes, oh, don't listen to it, just delete it. Which is the number one giveaway if we did something we don't want him to hear, right? He's like, nah, what the fuck did you say? And he got real serious. I'm pooping my pants a little bit. Okay? He's like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I was drunk, listening to Lil Wayne, you know what I mean? I didn't know we were leaving a message. It's bad timing, right? So, I'm scared shitless. Fitz is like, nah, what'd you say on my message, motherfucker? Okay? So he listens to it, and he hears the part, okay? And then he turns to us, and he looks at us, and he goes, are you serious? And Chad threw me right under the bus. He was like, it wasn't me, man. It was him. Pointed right at me, man. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, look, dog, it's not like that, bro. And he goes, oh, no, it's like that. And I was like, no, dude, it's not like that. And he started busting out laughing. He goes, oh, it's okay. I called my kid. You know what I'm saying? He didn't give a fuck at all. And he goes, I call my kids the N-words. You know what I'm saying? Shit was crazy, bro. I thought I was about to fight somebody at my job over the N-word. And then he told me he called his kids that. What a world, man. What a world. You kill your kids? Oh my God, Jer kills his kids with that word. Jer kills his kids with the N-word? No way, dude. Damn, bro. That's wild behavior. Dude, who wants to talk about Mongolians? Dude, let's talk about... Dude, Hannah, what's up, yo? Did you have a good Halloween? Are you excited for Thanksgiving? Which, first of all, let's get started on Thanksgiving real quick before we get into the Mongolians, okay? Thanksgiving is the last time I'm going to say it. I will not bring this up again unless we have a guest, okay? I'm not bringing it up again. Yeah, it sure did, bruh. It sure did. I can tell more truck stop stories after this if you guys want to hear more truck stop stories. Because I've got some wild ones. But let's start at the beginning. We can all agree that the American school system is not great with history, okay? Especially teaching it to us in an awesome manner, right? I've learned more history. Jeremiah in the Kick Chat, let's go. I've learned more history outside of school than I ever learned in school. And for example, if you were to ask most people my age or even younger, hey, describe the beginning of American history to me, they would say something along the lines of, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492. We had dinner with some Indians, and then we signed the Declaration of Independence, and then we had the Revolutionary War, then the Civil War, then World War I, then World War II, then the Vietnam War. That's how it would go. Like that'd be the history, okay? But what most people don't fucking realize, even though they know these facts, is that Christopher Columbus, 1492, Declaration of Independence, 1776. There's a lot of time in between there. 150 plus years. Okay? Almost, maybe even 200 plus years. I know it's 150 plus. I know that. Okay? And what's interesting is that the dinner with the Native Americans happened way closer to the Christopher Columbus times than ever happened to the start of America. So to all these liberal fucking dorks that are like, why are we celebrating Thanksgiving? Meh, it's bad. Look what we did to the Native Americans. Stop right there, you dumb fuck. The British did that shit to the Native Americans. American wasn't even a thing yet. You dumb fucks. We did nothing to the Native Americans for that 200 years. That was all British and Spanish shit, okay? We weren't a thing until 1776. Now, the Trail of Tears was bad. Louisiana Purchase, bad, okay? All that, we can talk about that. Thanksgiving, get off my fucking dick. That's British shit. I'm just saying, dude. Shiny Absol. Yeah. Shitty War? Shitty War? Mount Rushmore of games when? We can discuss Mount Rushmore of games when Neil and Jim are here. I can't discuss it without people. I could give you my Mount Rushmore of games, but it's personal. We can get into it though. Do we want to hear more truck stop stories? Do we want to hear about the Mongolians? I have a little fun story about Mongolians that I made up in my head. It's the segment that we started last week called Josh's Stupid High Thought of the Week. You want to talk about the Mongolians? All right. This segment is what's known as Josh's Stupid High Thought of the Week. And this one's about Mongolians. Truck stop? Sorry, Jer. I'll have the Mongolians thing written down. She's not always here. I'm doing truck stop stories, brev. Alright. So we can do, let's see. Do I want to do, fuck, I forgot to turn ads off for this. Fuck. I meant to turn ads off for this podcast. Anyway. I snoozed it. Okay. I don't know if you can turn them off at all, but just keep snoozing it or whatever. Truck stop stories. I can do... Okay, this could be... Okay, the one where the cops came and I had to witness a cop deal with a naked truck driver. We could do the one where my buddy decided to try to clean his bubbler by boiling it in the back of the restaurant, which went wild. Or we could talk about the day that we got SWAT raided and I was working there. Which one do you want to hear, Hannah? We got raided by SWAT. We also tried to boil a bubbler. And then there was a guy in the bathroom naked and the police had to come. Oh, the bubbler one? Okay. Let me take a drink real quick. Okay. So, I worked at this truck stop in a small town. Okay? And this truck stop had many different parts of the building. There was a fuel desk where truck drivers would buy fuel. There was a convenience store area that had its own little register area. There was a Subway, a Sbarro's, and a Huddle House, which is basically a Waffle House. Now, the entire building was owned by one group of people, and everything but the Huddle House was ran by said people. That's important for the story. So, we all worked together. Now, most of the people that worked at Subway and Sbarro's were all teenagers and friends, and there was one adult guy who would work 40 hours a week, and he was in charge of us, okay? And then there was the other area that was ran by upper management, and they were technically in charge of us, but they dealt with the other guy. So essentially what would happen is we were somewhat on nights where our guy wasn't there, we were left unattended. And when you leave pothead teenagers unattended, things get thrown off course sometimes. And in this day, our buddy John bought a bubbler. And this bubbler was super cool. We nicknamed it the Cobra. Okay, it was a big fat bubbler. The stem came up like a snake head, and it was flared out at the top like a king cobra's neck. Okay? And it was dirty. He had bought it used, and he was like, I want to start with it fresh. So one of our friends told us about how you could boil it to get all the resin out of it and start with basically a fresh bubbler. Okay? So John's idea was, in the back of Sbarro's, there's a double boiler pot. We could fill it up with water. We could drop the bubbler in there, and then we could just pour the water out without having to worry about breaking the bubbler or whatever. So, mind you, we're in the back of Sbarro's, which is in the center of the big complex I talked about. He drops the bubbler into the water. All of a sudden, a crazy aroma of burnt weed takes over the kitchen. We start panicking. We run out. We steal all the car air fresheners from the truck stop area. Okay? We take them. We pour out the water. We throw a bunch of them in the thing. We cover it in plastic wrap so that the stink of the pot doesn't come out anymore. We cover the bottom of the doorway so the air's not going out into the rest of the truck stop anymore. But at this point, the entire building smells like burnt resin. Okay? So now we're just teenagers and we're panicking because the guy who's in charge of the building, who never talks to us, is now knocking on the back door. Okay? So it's a game time decision. What are we going to do? Okay? So we hurry up and we just open the door and we act like we don't know what's going on either. Okay? He's like, what is that smell? And we're like, we don't know. We were going to ask you. So he starts investigating the pizza oven. He's like, is it the pizza oven? Like, the smell seems to be coming from here, you know? And the whole time we're just like, please don't ask why there's plastic wrap on the double boiler. Please don't ask why there's plastic wrap on the double boiler. What does he do? He goes, what's up with the double boiler? Okay? At this point, John goes, oh, we cleaned it and stuff, and we just keep it like that so no bugs or anything get into it. And this dumb fuck goes, all right. So he walks away, and he's still walking around the whole place, looking for what's causing this smell, right? So we go over and we start stealing cans of air freshener. We're spraying them all throughout the back of Sbarro. Okay? Next thing you know, we see there's this resident crackhead lady. Okay? She was what's known as a lot lizard. So if you are a prostitute that hangs out at truck stops, you're known as a lot lizard. That's what she was. She also had been caught multiple times smoking crack. So we saw her walking around out the front there. So we came up with this genius idea to blame it on her. So we go up to the boss and we're like, hey, yo, man, we don't know exactly what's going on, but the bathrooms are right next to Sbarro's, and the crackhead lady's outside, just like stumbling around, all fucked up. I think she was in the girl's bathroom smoking the fucking rock, dude. So this guy's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. So he's like, well, I'm going to go out and confront her. You can't just smoke rock in my bathroom. So my man goes outside and he's like, hey, you. And she turns around and she's like, hey. He's like, you can't smoke crack in our bathroom. And she goes, there's crack in your bathroom? Where? And I started dying laughing because how do you in this situation, like, she has no idea what's happening. She's not aware that there's a smell in the building. She's not aware that we just threw her under the bus for no reason. All she knows is some guy walks up to her and goes, you can't smoke crack in the bathroom. And her response is, you got crack in the bathroom? Where? And she starts like walking like she's going to go to the bathroom, which convinces him that she definitely did it. Okay? Now, here's where the story takes a turn. So she's trying to go into the building. He goes, nah, you can't come into the building. Puts her hand on her. Okay, so you can't go in. She immediately goes into crack mode. I call it crack chimpanzee. Okay? She went full CC. She went chimp mode on him. Just fucking jumped on him, was fucking hit him with the spider monkey, was like doing this. It wasn't even punches. Like, I can't even call it a punches. It was like retarded karate chops. Like, it was like she was trying to do this, but his head was in the way, so she's just fucking hitting him in the side of the head. You know what I mean? So she's just on him like a spider monkey, fucking with his head right here, just fucking, you know, fucking losing her mind. This dude's like probably my size, but like fat wise, but he's like 6'3", so he's a big dude, and he's just carrying this girl around like a fucking spider monkey. You know what I mean? And she's fucking hitting him with the retarded karate chop to the back of the fucking head. And then finally he loses it, and he just hits her with the fucking spine buster from the WWE. He goes, fuck this. Doof. Hits her. She's laying on the ground. Hey. We all think she's dead, right? Pulls up the fucking Undertaker on us, right? He gets up. He's like fucking like touching the back of his head like this because he just got retarded karate chopped 100 times. You know what I mean? And dude, she's just laying there on the ground. Like, I'm not even joking. She's just laying there. And then all of a sudden, just hits us with the Undertaker. Doesn't say anything. Doesn't get up. Just sits up and starts like a fucking like some sort of like Halloween decoration. You know how the Halloween decoration heads, like they move, but they don't move naturally. They move like a robot. She was doing that shit like. And, like, we didn't know what the fuck was going on. She's full-blown stacked out, right? The cops show up, and this is her recap. Yeah, full-blown Undertaker, dude. The eyes and everything, bro. Cop shows up. She's still sitting on the floor doing Halloween decoration fucking bye. You know what I mean? Just fucking bye. You know? And the cops show up, and they ask her what happened, and her response was, that guy offered me crack and then attacked me. Fuck yeah, dude. That guy offered me crack and then attacked me. That's the way the cookie crumbles at the truck stop, dude. This is the same lady that, okay. This is the cup. I'm her. We're role playing. She comes in one day, asks me for a water cup. Okay? She's on crack. She can't afford anything other than crack, so she needs water. So I hold out the cup. Now I'm holding the cup stationary. This is my first interaction with this lady ever. I'm holding the cup completely stationary, just like this microphone is right now. I'm not joking. This is how she reached for the cup. Can you stop moving it? Thank you. And then rudely goes over and proceeds to make a mess of the drink station. So that's that lady. One of my favorite stories is I'm 16 years old. I start working at this truck stop. They start me over in the Subway section. Okay, so I'm making footlongs for $5. Back when Subway actually did that, you know, before Biden inflation. Bidenomics, go chat. Okay, so back when Subway actually had $5 footlongs, I was working there. It's my second week on the job, my first job ever. I'm working at a truck stop. I don't know how wild it can be yet. I'm just at the register, and some nervous guy comes over to me, and he taps me on the shoulder, and he goes, excuse me, sir? Sandwich artist? Fuck. It's on break for 2. Fuck. I wish I could gift her a sub. Damn it. It's all good. You can only snooze it 3 times. It's all good. Anyway. It's okay. I'll take a drink real quick. Okay? We'll wait for her to get out of it. It's all good. It's my fault. I should have turned it off this earlier today. Okay. But where was I? So there I am. A young, strapping young gentleman at his first job on his second week ever. As a sandwich artist. As a sandwich artist, I can't say it. Sandwich artist. In a world where Josh can't say sandwich artist. Okay. Now, if I do it with an accent, I can say it. I cannot say it in my own regular voice. Sandwich artist. Okay, I can. Now, let's move on. Now that I've moved Schwimmen. Shout out Mrs. Schmidt, my high school teacher. One day, really quick story, sidetrack, before we get back to the truck stop shit. Okay? I had a teacher named Mrs. Schmidt. She was kind of cute, kind of mid. I liked her though, okay? Her name was Mrs. Schmidt. I was taking German class. We were learning how to say swimming, which is schwimmen. 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 I had a hard time with it. As you can see, I can't say, what the fuck was I trying to say? Sandwich artist. I had trouble saying that. So I was having trouble saying schwimmen in German class. In German class was right before Miss Schmidt's class. I get to Miss Schmidt's class, and on accident, I go, hey, Miss Shit. Because I've been working with swish all day. Call her Miss Shit. Pure accident. Still funny as hell. End of story. Now, is the ads over? I can't tell. Want to talk about footlongs? Dude, a funny story about Mrs. Schmidt, though, if we want to get into that real quick, is one day I serenaded her. I don't think I could put this out there. Hold on, timeout, chat. What's the statue? Hold on. Hey, Neil with the, yeah, dude. Dude, what's up, dude? Is there a statue of, what are teachers allowed to do? You know what I mean? What's the rules on that? What if me and a teacher had, a thing, but, not a real thing? Not a fuck thing, but, a thing. Truth or dare, do it? Alright, fuck it, dude. Okay, so me and Mrs. Schmidt had, a weird thing, because, I was too smart for high school students. By the way, if you went to high school with me, just know I thought you were dumb. Just know that. I got along with a lot of the teachers more than I got along with students. And in my homeroom time or study hall time, I would go hang out with teachers. Okay? So I would go and I would hang out with teachers. And Mrs. Schmidt was one of the ones that I hung out with a lot. We would talk about adult shit. Now, you have to remember at the time, I was in high school, but I was homeless. I was living way above what everybody else was going home, playing fucking video games or, learning how to do RuneScape or fucking practicing for tests or whatever. I'm going to work for some Indian dudes at a truck stop while some dude's beating off with a needle in his arm. You know what I mean? Wild shit. You know what I mean? So me and her are talking about real life stuff all the time. And we became really close. And then one day I'm standing there and we're doing this thing and I just start singing to her. And now I have one good singing voice. Okay? I'm not a good singer, but there's this one tone that I can hold for about 10 to 15 seconds that sounds really good to females. Okay? And I was hitting her with that tone, and as she was passing out papers, right? Now, could this be a true accident, or was this a Freudian slip? You decide. I was singing to her in that deep tone, as I do so well, and I was known to not do homework, so she would save trees by not handing me homework. So, she would always ask me, do you want one? That was her thing. Do you want one? When talking about homework sheets. So as I'm singing to her in my deep voice, she doesn't say, do you want one? She goes, I want you. I mean, do you want one? Freudian slip or honest mistake? I don't know, but I was singing sultry. We had a connection. And her words were, I want you. Do you want one? I'm not saying, dude, but I think I might have been ahead of my time. I just didn't seal the deal. I could have been one of those kids that everybody's talking about now that we're adults and we see all these mugshots of these teachers that are hooking up with students and we're like, how, bro? How, dude? That could have been me. Okay, but anyway, shout out Mrs. Schmidt. You was kind of fire, though, with the fucking triple layer wedding cake dump truck ass. I'll tell you that right now. Clip it, send it to her. Don't even get me started on Mrs. Papson or the librarian. Back to the truck stop. Okay, so there I am, a 16-year-old sandwich artist on my second week of my job. Okay? I'm just standing there at the register waiting for a customer. All of a sudden, dude taps me on the shoulder. Nervous as hell, goes, "Hey man, there's a guy in the bath. Yeah, there's a dude in the bathroom. Hey man, I'm just gonna need you to go look, bruh." So there I am, taking my 16-year-old sandwich artist ass, walking to the bathroom. And in the bathroom, underneath the sink, is a cracked out, heroin out truck driver with his pants around his ankles, beating off underneath the sink with a needle in his arm. So, I was like, oh God. I ran out of there. I went and got the manager. I said, "Yo, dog, dude beating off in the bathroom." Okay? I didn't tell him it was under the sink or with a needle in his arm. So, manager confidently walking in the bathroom, singing the dude's in the stall, and he's just going to hear, or whatever the fuck he's thinking he's going to hear, right? But instead, he walks in and sees this dude laying, butt-ass naked, needle in the arm, beaten off, probably tearing up his whole veins and muscles because he's beaten off with the arm the needle's in. That cannot be good for you. Makes me sick thinking about it, to be honest with you. Okay? So that he's like, oh God. Calls the cops. Cop shows up, youngster. I don't know how young, but he was probably newer to the job. And he walks in the bathroom, same thing, thinking some dude's just beating off in the back. Sees the guy, goes, "Oh God, sir, drop the penis. Sir, drop your penis right now." Dude, could you imagine being a cop and having to utter the phrase, "Sir, drop the penis"? Like it's a weapon. Like he's about to beat down the entire truck stop with his enraged heroin penis. Come on, bruh. You cannot be an officer with a straight face and say, "Sir, drop the penis." Now, mind you, this dude not only had to say "drop the penis," but then had to go wrangle this dude, pull a needle out of his arm, and carry him out of there while trying to pull up his pants with the other officer. Now that's crazy. Important Fortnite info. Also, Razor Wolverine Ultimate is $64.99 at GameStop. Lick my balls. Well, what's the important Fortnite info? It can't just be about the Wolverine, bruh. But anyway, Hannah, I hope you heard the heroin beat-off story, because that truck stop story was for you. Two glitches? What kind of glitches? Like what kind of glitches? Like the glitch where I was on a hoverboard and then I got off the hoverboard and then I picked up a gold scar and then I teleported halfway across the map and exploded into outer space for no fucking reason? Like that type of glitch? We talking those type of glitches? LOL, I did. Oh, good. I didn't want you to miss the motherfucking the truck stop stories. I got a couple more. I could do the one where we did mushrooms at the truck stop. It was my first time ever doing mushrooms. I could talk about the time. Let's see. I could talk about the time that one of my managers faked being robbed. That was funny as hell. I could talk about the time one of my friends got caught fingering the manager's daughter in a booth. Oh, dude, yeah, I can do their stories, dude. You hit a hunting rifle snipe on a hoverboard today? Oh, fuck, man. Did you have a crush on a teacher? Bruh. Don't even get me started. One gets rid of destructive effects of builds, increasing console performance? Well, how do I do that glitch? The other one gives you old aim assist. I don't know are these glitches or like options? Because like if it's a glitch, I don't feel like I should do it because it's gonna get me like banned or something. Oh shit. Both work and are badass. I don't know, bro. But we can talk about it if you want, guys. Jim, let's get yours. Jerry, you put yours. All right. Now we're gonna do two versions of this. First version is your personal Mount Rushmore video games. So you don't have to take into account sales, ratings, longevity. You don't have to take into account any of that. Your personal 4 Mount Rushmores of games. Okay? What would they be? And then after that, we'll go into the 4 Mount Rushmore games of all time objectively. But first, your personal Mount Rushmore of video games. Mine is probably going to be... My George Washington is probably going to be... Fuck, dude, it's hard, dude. I'm probably going to go... Pokemon Heart Gold is my George Washington. My Abraham Lincoln is Fortnite. My Thomas Jefferson is Madden. And my Roosevelt is probably... Can you put 2 Pokemon games in your Mount Rushmore? Oh, fuck, dude. I need time to think about my 4th personal Mount Rushmore. COD, Fortnite, Halo, Red Dead, The Witcher. That's 5, dude. There's not 5 heads on Mount Rushmore. See, this is like the non-personal ones. Skyrim, Fortnite, Pokemon Showdown, and Fable. Damn, no Red Dead? Dude, I'm going to buy Red Dead soon. As soon as I have enough space, and as soon as I have the money, dude, I'm buying Red Dead. But anyway. Okay, so those are our personals. Let's get into the one that actually will require debate. Who do we think is on the Mount Rushmore of video games objectively? Take your own objection, take your own objectivity, throw it to the side. What are the... Okay, we'll do franchises. 4 best video game franchises of all time. No, I think... Video game Mount Rushmore would have to be a franchise thing, I think. It can't be... Same with you, Jerry, you turd. Maybe Borderlands. I'm going to go objectively. I feel like you have to go Mario because it's kind of like the biggest thing of all time. Then you kind of have to go... Probably like either League of Legends or Counter-Strike or something. Like something that like started the world of competitive, like to take off. Or maybe even World of Warcraft. And then I'd probably put Call of Duty over Halo because you could have it on multiple different consoles. Halo was console exclusive. And then I'm putting Fortnite in the 4th spot because it changed current gaming. Like, Mario started it. League of Legends, World of Warcraft, all those games, like you can choose whichever one you want, started online playing competitive. Call of Duty started mainstream not technical cross-platform gaming, but being able to game across multiple different consoles, the same game. And then Fortnite, because it changed the way all games kind of are now, except for the integrated ones like Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto that are doing the old model. They're integrated in with the old model. All the new games are kind of following that. It's making a resurgence. Like Call of Duty just dropped its newest game. It still has a lower player base and a lower viewership on streaming than Fortnite does, that it brought back the old map. Like that has to say something about the gaming community where they're at with Call of Duty. Call of Duty just doesn't have the pool it used to have. League blows Dota out of the water in popularity, I think. Yeah, yeah. League is like I knew about League of Legends before I knew anything about video games. And like notice how objectively I left Pokemon off. I think I can make a case for Pokemon being up there as one of the biggest role-playing franchises of all time, but I just don't think it changed gaming at all. All the things I just said changed gaming. We could make a case for Pokemon? Absolutely. Ooh, and now that Neil's here, I can bring up this. I have a new Pokemon theory. It changed RPGs in a major way. Was Pokemon the first RPG like that? Or did it take a lot of, like, I'm not familiar with RPGs. Were there other RPGs like that? Or did it change? Was it like an original concept of an RPG? But I do have a new Pokemon theory, and I think you guys will like this one. I don't know if you ever watched Pokemon Advanced Battles, but Advanced Battles, there was 3 different names because it was 3 different sets of seasons, but it was all Ash's adventure through the Hoenn region, okay? And there were other similars. That's what I thought. But in Pokemon Advanced Battles, there's an episode where it's Team Magma versus Team Aqua, and Pikachu absorbs Kyogre's orb, or Groudon's orb, to power up to defeat Kyogre. Now, in the episode, at the end of the episode, they say that Pikachu's power went back to normal, right? So everybody kind of just let it go at that. But here we are with the new Pokemon show coming out, and in one of the things, it talks about orbs and all those things, right? And it says once an orb is absorbed, it's always with you. So basically the new theory is that Pikachu has been legendary tier ever since the Hoenn region when he absorbed that orb. So ever since the Hoenn region, which, mind you, they had to whip out 2 legendary Pokemons in the semifinals to beat Ash. Ever since then, Pikachu has done crazy feats. Now, he'd always done crazy feats, like the thing with the Onix everybody likes to bring up. But ever since then, he's done even crazier things, having 1 million volt lightning bolts and being able to do moves that other Pikachus can't learn and things like that. And just overall having the ultimate power of a Pikachu. And the new theory is that even though they didn't acknowledge it, that Pikachu has always had that legendary power of Groudon still within it. Okay, hold on. There were other similars, but they never took off, and they didn't have kids with the monsters. I saw a funny breakdown of Pokemon versus Digimon. Like Pokemon versus Digimon, and it was this guy just going off about the power of plot armor. Yeah, but Neil, fuck you, bud. The plot armor isn't plot armor, it's orb armor. That's why, dude. Get shit on, dude. Dummy. Fucking goofball. But, fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, the Pokemon Digimon thing. Dude, I never got into Digimon. And it's so funny, this dude did like a little recap, and obviously he picked out the best examples of Pokemon and the best examples of Digimon for this comparison, but it made me laugh on the inside a lot. So it was like, everybody knows how people talk shit on Pokemon for like their evolutions being like, you know, whatever, boring or lazy. And then he shows Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, and then Charizard, Charmeleon, Charizard. You know, and he's like, see how it goes from lizard to dragon lizard, and then it goes from turtle to bigger turtle. He's like, Well, in Digimon, you go from a sweet little creature to creature with machine guns. And then this one, it goes from a little cute little cuddly thing to a creature with this to a female harpy angel. And then he goes, and then, if you thought that wasn't enough, there's a Digimon called Gungamon, which is just 42 guns. His wings are revolvers, his shoulders revolvers, his hands guns, everything's just guns. And he's like, but hey, Pokemon's dumb because they go from, and then he shows, what was it, Bonsley and Sudowoodo, it goes from a bonsai tree to a fully grown bonsai tree. That's retarded. Digimon was kind of dope. I'm sure it was, dude. But I got into Pokemon first, and that's what it's about, dude. I'm loyal. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Digimon, I do think designs of Digimon are cool. But I watched 2 episodes of Digimon when, like, I got into Pokemon real big, right? I would run from the bus stop. I'd get my fat ass off the bus, and I lived at the bottom of a 1/4 mile uphill dirt driveway, okay? I would get off the bus at 4:28 to 4:34 every day. Pokemon started at 5, which means my fat ass had to not only get up the 1/4 mile driveway, but get through the yard, get out of my school clothes, into my regular clothes, and have my homework done by 5 o'clock to watch Pokemon Advanced Battles. Okay? Now, secret is I had an hour bus ride, and I would do my homework on the bus. So I'd have to run my fat ass up the hill. Take 5 minutes to catch my breath. Take my good clothes off, because I was poor and you had good clothes. Okay? And I lived on a farm, so you couldn't get them dirty. Okay? So then I would change, and then I'd get out there just in time to hear, whoa, advanced Pokemon, advanced battles. Yeah, dude, shit was tight, right? So in that time period, I was like, you know what? I'm going to check out other things. So I checked out Digimon, because it had Mon in it. And I was like, Digimon, Pokemon, creature, everything's cool. Okay? Watched 2 episodes of Digimon. Nah, ski. I'm out, bro. I don't remember the episodes of Digimon. I don't know what it did that made me out of it. I don't know if it was the animation. Don't know what it was. I just wasn't in. Watched 3 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! I thought that was way cooler. Okay? But still, at the end of the day, Pokemon was the shit. Yeah, cute pets for little kids. And poop de-evolutions. They have de-evolutions. They had evil evolutions. Greymon was cool. I quit watching Pokemon partway through the Orange Islands. See, I have a unique thing with the show of Pokemon because I never had a chance to watch it other than that one small time period where I could get off the bus and run and watch Pokemon Advanced Battles. Other than that, the only thing I'd ever seen is I saw the first season of Pokemon Indigo League, which didn't even get him all 8 gym badges, by the way. The first season just left him off at fucking 4 badges or 5 badges or something. And then I stopped watching there because I didn't have access to it anymore. And then I went straight from that to the Hoenn region. So I completely missed Johto, all that stuff. Okay? Like, consecutively, I didn't get to watch them. I would get to watch an episode here or there on Saturday morning cartoons when they were playing Pokemon Chronicles, which to me is still the only Pokemon series as, like, you should want to watch, like, anymore. Because, like, I get really annoyed with the whole Ash attitude, like, everything's gonna be great, blah, blah, blah. But Pokemon Chronicles was, like, made for teenagers. It was in between the Pokemon Johto region in the Orange Islands and when he went to Hoenn. And it was based on other characters he met in the Johto region. And it was more towards teenagers, so they had more strong language. Everything wasn't positive. Team Rocket actually won a bunch. But in my personal opinion, I was not able to watch Pokemon consecutively through except for the Hoenn one, which a lot of people online say is the best series, like from start to finish, like of like a region. Is that series is the best because it has more than just Ash. It follows May and her little brother, and Brock's there too, and all that shit. So, you know, I've actually not watched as much Pokemon as you would think I've watched. I've just played the games and watched the movies enough to fall in love. And that's the bottom line. I actually honestly remember more from... Well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was, I feel like, more like directed towards teenagers. Like, it was more dark and edgy. Like, to me, Pokemon is Marvel, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is DC. You know what I mean? Like, Marvel's always lighthearted, the good guys all, yeah, blah, blah, blah. There's not a lot of gore, there's not a lot of this, there's not a lot of that. And DC is more gory, more dark, more fucking violence and all that shit. And I feel like that's what it was on a smaller scale for Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And then Digimon is just like a mixture of the both, I guess. But anyway, now we can get back to the Mongolians. I've been waiting to talk about the Mongolians for a while now, dude. Okay, so did you see Will Smith is gay? Well, yes and no. So here's the thing. There's accusations that Will Smith is on some gay shit, right? Which isn't totally out of line. He was married to a woman who liked to be bald. So hitting it from the back was probably very manlike. So I could see where they would come with this. And there are reports of Will Smith doing gay shit. But also, Margot Robbie slept with Will Smith. And she came out and said that he didn't seem gay then. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say he might be bi. But if you do a good job with Margot Robbie where she doesn't think you're gay, it's hard for me to give you the stamp of gay. You know what I mean? Margot Robbie is a dime piece. And if, you know what I mean? Like, maybe, like, she's so hot that even gay dudes aren't, like, immune to the hotness. But, like, nah, Margot Robbie is gay too? Fair enough, that settles it, dude. Will Smith is 100% a fag. On God. On God, dude. Will Smith is gay. Margot Robbie's gay. They're all gay. Both bi. Margot Robbie can be anything she wants to be, bruh. You know what I'm saying? She's actually a gay black man? Bro, I did not know that. Damn, bro. Margot Robbie's a gay black man. I should have paid more attention to the movies. Fuck, dude. I feel like I missed the whole concept. She was his assistant? What? Margot Robbie was Will Smith's assistant as a gay black man? Oh, God, dude. Yeah, dude, let me Margot Robbie that booty, dude. Alright, dude, let's talk about your Mongolians. Alright, so check this out, dude. It's all the special effects these days you'd never notice on screen. That's true, though, dude. I've never seen a Margot Robbie film without special effects, dude. I have no idea if she's a hot, super model-esque white actress, or if she's a well-endowed black man that makes Will Smith get fucking hard. I don't know which one she is. It's hard to tell. Special effects are out here. AI is crazy. All right. H? H? Preparation H? I'm trying to talk about Mongolians. I'm not trying to talk about Margot Robbie being a gay, black, buff man that fucks Will Smith in the butt so hard that he has to defend his wife and smack Chris Rock in the face because Chris Rock sounds too much like Kit's cock, and that's all he wants to do in life. So the moment Chris Rock said something about his wife, he was like, Kiss cock, slap, I want to slap my meat. Oh, fuck, I gotta slap Chris cock. Oh, shit, dude, I'm so confused. My name's Will Smith. I'm about to play a slave in a movie. Ah! What are you supposed to do, man? He was married to a demon, you know? His son, goes back and forth between being trans and straight, depending on which person he's in love with that week and how many magazines are going to give him money. You know, and his daughter was finna make fucking billies off the fucking whip your hair back and forth shit. And then she goes, nah, you know what? I think my parents suck and I don't want to be anything like them. So I don't want to be famous anymore. And proceeds to drop out of all projects. You know, I think they have a healthy family dynamic. And I, for one, am not convinced at all that they need counseling. Slap him till his name's Tobe Choo Choo? Tobe Choo Choo? My name is Josh. It is not Tobe Chufu. You're black and I'm white, but I'm hanging with your crew too. Your rhymes are like a little kid's and you don't even have a blues clue. That's why I hit up your mom and that bitch gave me that snoo. You know I like milk chocolate, so I'm sipping on her like a yoo-hoo. I came to your house and I'm dropping off my seed too. And guess what? You got a little brother, because I bet that fucker grew too. Give him a nickname. Call him Boo Boo. Because I'm stealing your mom like a picnic basket and all you can do is boo-hoo. Yeah, and if you're thinking about seeking justice and you're thinking of the true blue, just remember that I'm American and I might fuck around and shoot you. I don't want you to get shot because my dick drove your mom cuckoo. So just calm down, bro, and go take a snooze. Dumb fuck. Tobe Chufu. I fucked it up in the middle. That makes me mad. With the flames. He hit me with the flames. Let's go. Flamage. Dude, okay, hold on. Time out. Mongolians. Okay? So I've been researching Mongolians, and something I found out about the Mongolians is the reason why they were so fierce and so able to take over so well is there was a system in place where people would be like, all right, he's this distance away. It's going to take his army 4 days to get here. But because Mongolians were among the first people to master equestrianry, equestrianry. They were good with horses, okay? So the Mongolians were some of the first people to be great with horses, right? And they started cutting that time in half. So like a village or like a settlement or a kingdom or a castle or something would be like, oh my God, the Mongolians are about 4 days away, okay? And leading up to battles, people would get drunk and party every night because you're probably going to die. So everybody was drinking, having a good time. And then at midnight, 2 days early, the Mongolians show up on the fucking doorstep and slaughter everybody because they're drunk and then rape their wives in front of them and then make their wives have to kill kids and then kill the wives and then raise the kids to be Mongolians, okay? Now that's some cool shit. But Josh's high thought of the week. I'm thinking to myself, if Mongolians are some of the first people to like master horses, right? So think about this. Let's just sit in this situation. Mongolians are hunter-gatherers, okay? Women at home, picking berries, sewing shit, taking care of babies, right? Just doing the Lord's work at home, okay? Making sure there's a nice settlement for the men to come back to. One day the men are out, okay? Then all of a sudden, the fucking men Mongolians show up on these big beasts, riding them like they own it, right? So I'm thinking to myself, how crazy of a sight would that be? They never seen anybody ride horses before. And Mongolian horses, big as fuck. Not these stupid little shitty Shetland ponies or Shetland ponies or whatever we got over here doing races. They got big dozer horses in the Mongolian fucking mountains, okay? Now imagine you're just a little hunter-gatherer housewife, fucking sitting in your little hut. And then all of a sudden you look on the horizon, and there's your husband Mongolian riding this giant beast. You don't think that those Mongolians had moist muffins at that point? Those female Mongolian hoes had moist muffins? You don't think they was all lap lagooned up? You don't think they had condensated coochies? When these motherfucking dudes came in riding what could only be known as a horseless dragon, or whatever, because they fucking had dumb Mongolian speech, right? But these bitches were wet. You know what I'm saying? God, dude, had their hoo-haws like the Hoover Dam. It's unbelievable. I'm just saying, dude. Imagine what it would have been like the first time some dudes came rolling in the camp on horses. That's fire. Speaking about ancient women having lap lagoons, all right? So I was having a conversation at work the other day with a couple men, and we were talking about like what women are into these days. And it seems like there's a growing amount of women who are into being smacked around or rough sex or consensual non-consent type stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what could that be? Could it be a societal thing? Could men have become so soft that women want any sense of barbarism that we have left in us to turn them on? And then it dawned on me. I was like, fuck, man. It makes so much sense. Homo sapiens have been around for at least 300,000 years. The first estimated complex language didn't happen until about 150,000 years ago. So there were Homo sapiens for over 100,000 years that didn't have a language. So consent wasn't even a concept that could have been accepted or talked about. So literally for 100,000 years, dudes were just looking at girls being like, it's time. And without even words, just fucking taking what's theirs, right? Now, I'm not saying rape is right. But rape's natural. I'll tell you that right now, dude. I'm just based on fucking facts, okay? Dude, I'll tell you what, dude. And because rape is natural, it's wrong, but it's natural, okay? Because it's natural, could it be that they're into the shit? Because it's in their thing, right? It takes them back to the fucking days, dude. Back to the days when dudes were fighting lions and ripping grizzly bears apart by their hands and fighting tribes over the honor of those sweet milky tits, right? That could be it. Dude, don't fucking come to me. Bro, back then was not getting your dick bitten off. Dude, that's dumb. What you just said there? Dumb. You think dudes were getting fellatio back in the day, bro? Dudes were not raping or that was primal shit, dude. We now get blowjobs for pleasure, okay? Back then, dudes were not risking putting their dick in the mouth of some girl they were raping. They'd bend them the fuck over. They'd put their hands behind their back. They'd hold it with one hand because women are weak, okay? They'd hold their hands behind their back like it's a fucking saddle. The Mongolians started it, right? The Mongolians all day on a horse, holding this thing of the saddle, fucking doing their shit, shooting arrows and shit, okay? Strong grip, okay? Now, girls fucking, boom, both hands behind the back, locked with one hand. Now you got one hand to do whatever the fuck you want. You got one hand, do whatever the hell you want. These girls just getting plowed out. You think of Mongolians were like, get on your knees, bitch, shuck my dick, or any ancient culture before that? No, bro. They was bending the hose over to fucking whatever there was around, grabbing their hands behind their back like fucking handcuffs, and then plowing the shit out of them until they were done. They didn't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. You think they gave a fuck about her feelings? What is she gonna do? Fight back? Dude, girls can't fight back in America. And America have the softest, weakest, most muscle tone dense men there's ever been in the history of men, and women can't fight back against these motherfuckers. All they talk about is, I can't walk down down the street without worrying about getting raped. Imagine Mongolians that were fucking lifting bricks, taming horses by hand, in hand-to-hand combat every day of their life. These dudes were strong as fuck. You think these dumb bitches picking berries could stand a chance? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Just saying, dude. Where are we at? 7:45? All right. Well, that's already, good thing our YouTube isn't monetized because that would have got it. Okay, then how about that box next to you? That one? Yeah, dude, I don't know, bro. I just set it up because there was nobody sitting over here and I just didn't want it to look blank. I don't know. Dude, I want to open it, but I don't want to open it, dude. I'm going to be so heartbroken if the Entei's not in there. But anyway. It's pretty. It is pretty. Dude. It's so pretty. So let's see. Ooh, a Swiss village. Okay. Oh. All right, let's see what Jared's going to put in here. Hold on. Hold on now, chat. Hold on now. God damn it, I tell you what, hold on now. Mongolian sieging the wall. Mongolians sieging the wall. Mongolians sieging the wall. Bang. Mongolians. Okay. It does not have a face. But you notice it's on a horse. You notice it's on a horse, dude. This could be so dope. Looks like a fucking cat person. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so there's a Swiss village, right? Okay? And this Swiss village chooses to pay 200,000 euros. Okay? This Swiss village decided to pay 200,000 euros instead of accepting 10 refugees. Now, when the mayor of, or whatever you would call the leader of this village was asked, why would you pay 200,000 euros just to not let 10 refugees in? And this Swiss village manager, I guess you would call him, his answer was, they won't fit in, they won't like it here, we don't want to ruin our town. What the fuck, dude? They won't fit in. They won't like it here. We don't want to ruin our town. Now, imagine if an American, imagine if an American town said that. Like a small little Midwestern town said that. Like, they won't like it here. They won't fit in. And we don't want them here. We don't want them here. That town would be crucified by the evening news. The president would speak about it. Joe Biden would mumble about it. He'd be like, we're content died all war, did what then. And I had a Corvette once and it was on fire in Hawaii and East Palestine. I don't know why I didn't go there. I don't know. All I know is that the Loch Ness Monster was on Area 51's radar before Jeff Bezos built a dick rocket. And at the end of the day, the Oklahoma bombing didn't have any sponges in his backpack, so Sandy Cheeks couldn't have hooked up with Patrick. And that's just historical facts, to be honest with you. Damn, we dropped hard, dude. We dropped hard. Let's see, dude. Omegle! Omegle is shutting down. I don't know if you guys have ever used Omegle. But Omegle is shutting down. Now, Omegle might be famous to some of you because of Harry Mack. Omegle may be famous to some of you because you have friends that were girls that would go on there and there'd be just dudes beating their meat all the time for no reason or whatever. I don't know why y'all would know Omegle or if you even know Omegle, but it was a website where you could just randomly scroll through video feeds of people. Bang, 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 bang. And there was basically no like rules or whatever. So the president of Omegle is shutting down Omegle because, and this is his quote, I am shutting down Omegle because unspeakably heinous crimes have taken place on my controversial platform. And I can no longer, in good conscience, let it stay up. Now, we all know of the dudes just beating their dicks and like 5 to like 16-year-old girls just clicking through seeing dicks. Okay, we all know about that. Now, if that's the unbelievably heinous crime he's talking about, here's my question, sir. What took you so long? Are you getting sued? Are you acting like this is a noble choice, but in reality you're getting sued? Or did something that we don't know about happen? Are you okay with dudes beating off and then chicks, like 10-year-old chicks just randomly coming across it? Are you okay with that? And then you're admitting that something else happened? Or are you saying that for the last 15 years I've known it's been happening, but I wasn't getting sued for it. But now that I'm getting sued, I will admit that it's fucked up and I don't want to do it. Or is it deeper than that? Because we know about the Xbox party chat logs that have recently happened. So about a year ago, or 9 months, actually not even a year ago, 9 months to 10 months ago, Microsoft itself got hacked. I talked about it on this podcast. Microsoft got hacked. These people could have went in and stole money. They could have done a multitude of things. But all they did was they went into the Xbox party chat servers and deleted all party chats from 2010 to current. That's all they did. Now, here we are, 9 months later. The U.S. Justice Department is requesting that Microsoft give them access to all Xbox party chat logs since 2010. Now, I know patterns can get me in trouble. We talked about that at the beginning of the show. But I'm starting to notice a pattern here. Something happened in the Xbox party logs from 2010 to now that everybody seems to be interested in. The Department of Justice, the hacker who hacked into Microsoft themselves, all of these things. And Microsoft denied the Department of Justice the access to these logs. Now, did they deny them access because they're gone and they don't want to admit that they're gone? Did they deny them access because they're on the side of freedom and they don't have a warrant or whatever? Or did they understand that something happened and they could be liable for that thing that happened? Now, things are very tricky in the world of the internet. So if Zuckerberg is not responsible, if I go on Facebook and I say, I'm organizing a get-together at the courthouse steps on Sunday at noon. And then we show up at Sunday at noon, and we tear down the fucking doors of the courthouse, and we go in there and we shit on every desk and fucking, we have some gay guy shove every mallet up his ass, right? Zuckerberg would not be liable for that. But should a terrorist attack happen because of your platform, that falls on you, which is very interesting to me that's the case. So if I were to organize openly, like, hey, tomorrow we're going to go to the courthouse, we're going to break down the doors, we're going to rape and murder everybody that we find inside, and we're going to destroy the place, and we're going to claim it as our own, and we're going to call it Chaz 2.0, right? If we did that, and then we did it, Zuckerberg is then liable. What happened in the Xbox party chats? What happened in Omegle? Did something that's going to lead to a terrorist thing? Because if I've learned anything from watching crime shows, is criminals care way more about what police are doing to catch them than we do. Okay? So if we were on average going to go commit a crime, we'd probably easily be caught. But criminals, they're always thinking. They know somebody, they talk to people, they know how things get caught. And cell phones are bad. Tracking is bad. Social media is bad. So what are they doing now? They're going to game chat rooms. They're using things like RuneScape chat rooms and Xbox party chats to organize and do all these crazy things that they want to get done. And then, let's say you're the owner of Microsoft and you find out that Hamas, for example, has been planning something in America for the last year. Okay? And they've been using the Xbox party chats to plan the whole thing. And it turns out that there's a bunch of people that are sleeper agents that just crossed the southern border. And you know about it. So you go in and you act like you got hacked and you delete all the party chats. Because if the government DOJ requests those party chats and you deny them, and then they go and they get the warrant, which you then have to give them. If you give them that, and then the attack happens, as Microsoft could be charged with treason and or helping terrorism, which is a gray area. I don't think it would happen because Bill Gates sucks off a lot of the donors and gives them money. But it would make sense that they didn't actually get hacked, that they deleted it to themselves to not get charged with terrorism. So it makes me wonder, what's coming? What false flag event is coming? Will it be a gay false flag? Will it be a false fag? We don't know. All we know, as conspiracy theorists, is something is afoot. And it is stinky. It is a stinky athlete's afoot. So get your gold bond. Because we're about to fight over Goldbergs. That's a Jew joke. Alright. So I started that rant at 8 viewers. It ended at 4. I wonder what happened. Alright, Mark Nick's Limbo. Goldbergs. Exactly, dude. There's something going on, dude. Something's fishy, dude. Something is afoot. Something is athletes afoot. Give me some gold bonds. Give me some Goldbergs. We're going to war with Hamas. Because the muzzies will become the wuzzies. Because that's history. Jews. 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 J-O-O. 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 Let's go. That's all I'm saying, bruv. Dude, only 3 people? Are we serious right now, chat? That's embarrassing. Alright, boys. It is what it is. Good stream today. Let's go, chat. Solo Josh for the win!